Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you are joining us from. Welcome, welcome, welcome again to a exciting time here at Track and Field Totnet. Welcome to Tokyo, everyone. We are indeed here and we have indeed arrived. Good morning to you, Sheldon. It's great to see you. Ah, bittersweet, bittersweet start to Tokyo 2025 World Championships for Jamaica. But nonetheless, track and field is still happening, and Tokyo 2025, the World Championship, is still happening. So if it is that you were only going to watch Tokyo 2025 just only to see Jamaica, then I will say, we need to get to the place where we're able to watch track and field. But this morning, beautiful Latoya is here to just give you a roundup of what happened for day number one for track and field in this whole entirety. A lot of things has happened, and we are happy that you're able to be here with us as we do the roundup. Don't be afraid to WhatsApp us at our WhatsApp number, that is 876 440 7316. If it is that you have something to say, you can either call us on WhatsApp, or you're able to call us straight, and we will take your statements, take your thought space, take whatever it is that you have to say as it relates to what the day has started to be, because we are here for that. Before we get into what happened on the track and in the field for track and field. So many things has been happening for Tokyo 2025 off the track. And this morning, for sure, I want us to just, do I say, take a look at that and see what it is that is happening, some of the things that we may not be necessarily okay with. And one such thing for me is what is happening as our athletes are basically, coming forth at this time, at this juncture, to say, I am not able to take my space, I'm not able to participate in what it is that I was selected to do or what it is that I worked so hard for. One such person is the national 100-meter hurdles champion in Megan Tapper. Megan Tapper has just recently come out, or we have just received news that Megan Tapper will not be taking the blocks because she is injured. It is really sad that athletes train so hard for so long during the year and past times to get to the championship, comes to the national championship, do what they need to do to make the team, be named to the team, and then at a late juncture is not able to take up the responsibilities, not able to take up or answer the call in completion. Whatever is happening with Megan Tapper, I really do hope that she will recover well. From what I am hearing, it is a hamstring issue that has not gotten better or as being resurfaced itself, and it is really sad that it has done so for her at this time. No athlete want that to happen, no fan want that to happen, because we were all game in seeing her do this and come out and show out, so that we would have been able to have four 100-meter hurdlers lining up when that hurdle will start. So at this juncture, at this time, and at this moment, it is sad to say that we will only be having three 100-meter hurdles female lining up for this championship. And that is because the alternate in Kerika Hill is not going to be able to get there in time, because this hurdles actually start, I think the first one actually will show tonight, if my memory serves me correct. That means even if it is tomorrow morning for them, it means that Kerika Hill wouldn't have been able to get there on time to take up this aspect of it. And it's really sad, because it is a second athlete that is not able to take up this offer that becomes available to them. I do believe that some way, somehow, J3, I don't know how is it possible, but I do believe that there must be some way, somehow, when we are coming to championships like these, where we're able to bring the alternates some way, somehow, whether it be that they bring the alternates close enough where if something happened, they're able to get there. Jackie, you said why they did not bring their alternate with them. Normally, when it gets to, from what I've heard and what I've seen, when it gets to the championships like these, they don't normally bring the alternates with them to the championships, and as such would be relying and hoping that the athletes that are named to the team is able to take the track when their time comes along. And I know we, over the years, we have seen where most of the 100 meters athletes were able to take up that opportunity. I mean, last year in 2024 in the Olympics, we see where Sasha Lee Forbes was able to take up that opportunity. The reason for Sasha Lee Forbes being named as the alternate and was able to take that opportunity is because she was named to the relay pool. So she was named to the team in itself, and therefore she would have been there. And therefore, that is the reason why we would have seen that happen before. But normally they say that the alternates doesn't get to travel with the team, which in this case, it really affects us, because we also saw where Rochelle Clayton says she's not available, she's not able to take up that calling and handle that calling, and that is the 400-meter hurdles. Champion again is not able to do that, and thus Sanique Walker is not able to be granted that opportunity. Her case, it's also a little bit different, where things surrounding that is that she was not, she said that the communication was not well, and therefore she was not communicated well to take the necessary test that should have been taken for the females before a certain time, and therefore she's also not able to take up that. But I really hope that these happenings doesn't dampen or hamper our championship in its entirety. So just wanted to report that Megan Tapper will not take the track when the 100-meter hurdles for women goes off tonight, when we will see that. Um, as we continue, we are now in Tokyo, and Tokyo have begun. So we are off the track. Matter of fact, another news, sorry, before we get onto the track, is that some persons would have now by now seen where the J3 president and another member of the J3 administration has been um, lauded or applauded, congratulated or something, or awarded something from World Athletics. That also happened off the field. And another thing that is supposed to be happening, I don't know exact date, is that there's supposed to be a conference in Tokyo for World Athletics. I do believe that, from my memory, that is the conference where JTRA will also be taking up the matter of the transfers or the movements of athletes. That's supposed to happen. So hopefully we'll be able to hear something from that. Yes, Nick, it is really sad that all of that is happening and that we are not able to take up that responsibility and take up that opportunity that is happening. But we continue to push forward, and we continue to make the best of do of what is happening and what is before us. Jackie said Jamaica need to do better. I am very disappointed right now. A lot of us are very disappointed in this, because opportunities need to be arrested, grabbed, and once it is given, and so that athletes are able to take the opportunities that they are given. Speaking of opportunities, I would just move into a great opportunity, a great chance, a great movement. And I liked, last night is when it actually began for Jamaicans and Americans in terms of the viewing aspect of it. We saw things happening. The first event on, do I say on track, even though it was the walk event that took place, or the first final that took place, we saw where the men and the women 35K 35 kilometers or kilometers. I don't know what to call it. I know it's not something that I normally peek into. I just normally like to watch how they walk. And there's a tactics to how they walk, and they have to ensure that they are walking and not running. That event went on, and that event actually brought some, do I say, light to the track and field space in terms of what took place. I mean, we saw the crowning of the Canadian, which is a North American. So congratulations to the three athletes who were crowned on the men's side. That is Evan Dunphy of Canada, winning that 35K race walk. We saw Bonif from Brazil, and we also saw Japan getting their first medal of this championship in the 35K race walk for the men. In the women, we saw Maria Perez getting the gold from Spain. We saw Palmisano from Italy getting the silver, and Ecuador, that is Torres from Ecuador, capping that bronze medal. So those were the three sets of medals that was firstly, capped for the start of the event. We moved right into something Good morning to you also, Drew. Thank you so much for joining the class as we started. We then move on right into the women's discuss. And I kind of want to talk about this because last night we kind of briefly spoke about Samantha Hall in the Jamaican. Just now I said that it is great to take up the opportunity once you are given the opportunity. Samantha Hall was given the opportunity, and Samantha took that opportunity. Samantha took that opportunity and make it a great one. I mean, this season for Samantha has been throwing really well. She has been coming into herself. Just so you know, she threw her personal best this season of 63.97. I think I'm correct. Someone can correct me if it's 63 or 65. I'm in between minds, but I think my memory may serve me correct. It's 63.97. And that would have thrown her, I mean, over the qualification mark. So that was really good for her. Something to note very clearly is that Samantha Hall is coached by former Jamaican discus thrower in Rajunja Campbell. So Rajunja Campbell, and I say former because we know that he is working on completing his switch to Turkey. He does coach Samantha Hall. And I must give kudos to him. I heard her interview giving kudos to him for what he has done with her so far. I mean, Samantha had 8 throws this morning. For them, it was this morning. Um, and in her first throw, she fouled that first throw. And, I said last night that I wanted to see Samantha throw first though, because that helps to determine where the mindset is at, because it is something that throws you off when it is that you do that. And Samantha first though was a foul. However, she was able to regain her confidence and able to do what needs to be done, and that was really good. I saw a video where Julian Robinson um was shouting out to her, telling her to believe in herself and get it together and stuff. We also saw where we saw Lassina Golden Clark was cheering her on while she was throwing. And I really like that for the athletes, that they are able to have people there to help boost them and to push them into what it is that they are doing. In her interview, she spoke about her coaches. She spoke about Rajunja Campbell being her coach, and she said it was really nice. And she that when she felt down in her first throw, Rajendra Campbell. Mr. Campbell. Let me say Mr. Campbell because I keep pronouncing his first name incorrect. So pardon me and my apologies. She said when she was done, when she did the first throw and it never worked out or it never happened, it was really good for her to look across and be able to see him, to be able to get adjustments and encouragements from him for him to help her from where he was. That was really good for her. But one of the things that she had to give kudos to is the coaches that was in the training camp with her that helped her, Mr. Marlon and also Julian Robinson. And I choose to speak of those coaches in the camps to help, because I need us to understand that when they come into the training camps, when they come in early and is able to get one and two things from other coaches, it does sometimes works and it does help. And I'm really happy that it did help for her this time around and it did pay off. So she was able to throw 63.32 and is able to qualify right up, finish the day, and will get ready for the finals tomorrow morning for us, which is tonight for them necessarily. I wish her all the best, and I really do hope that all will go well for her right up. Getting into the final is a big thing. It's a big deal. She has made history for Jamaica. It is the first time a Jamaican has been able to move into the finals, get into the finals in the World Championship, because Daniel Thomas that has done that before, but in the Olympics. So one is for Olympics and one is for World Championship. So kudos to you, Samantha Hall. All the best in going out there when you go into the final. So we move into the mixed relay. Jackie, you said I saw a little part of a video of the mixed relay and heart just broke. Barnes did a fantastic job on his leg, which the other three leg was like his. I know we would have a chance. If the other three leg was like his, we would have a chance. Definitely. So let's break down the mix 4x4 for men. Number one, first thing I will say is that that was a very hard heat to be in. That's the first thing. The heat that Jamaica was in is a really very hard heat to be in. I mean, Jamaica was in the first heat, and in that heat, we had the we have the world record holder Jesus in the mixed relay for that in the United States of America was in that heat. We had Great Britain in that, we had Japan in that, we had Germany in that, we had Ireland in that. That was really oh that was really a tough heat. However, for me, there was hope. I felt like after seeing the team that they constructed or put together, I was like, all right, we can come somewhere. Now, Jamaica team was made up of Javon Powell, Dejanay Oakley, Zandrian Barnes, and Leah Anderson. Um, whew, no disrespect to no athlete, because I cannot do what no athlete does, but I I I felt like the first leg for me gave me nothing. Javon Powell, I know it has not been his greatest season yet, but for them to have chosen him to run the first leg, it must have meant, in my viewpoint, that they saw something to say, all right, Javon Powell can go on it. But for me, I felt like he didn't give me what I would have expected, and therefore that threw off basically everything. So that first leg for me was nothing. Then we went into the second leg with Dejanay Oakley. Dejanay Oakley has been running all season long. Um, and because the fact that she have the flat 400 meters to run, um, I don't know if giving her that mixed 4x4 was the right choice. She also didn't run to the ability that we know she can. I don't know. I hear that the heat is heating over there. I don't know, but the mixed relay just never happened. Zandrian Barnes. Oh, Zandrian Barnes, give us Zandrian Barnes. Zandrian Barnes with a baton in his hand always gives us Zandrian Barnes. And his leg was indeed the fastest leg. Let us get that clear. Zandrian Barnes' leg on that relay was the fastest of it all. Based on what I saw, Zandrian Barnes, so the first leg ran 45:49. So Javon Powell ran 45:49 on his split. Dejanay Oakley ran 50.98 on her split. Zandrian Barnes ran 44 flat. I mean, 44 flat. Zandrian Barnes 44 was not just the fastest leg for Jamaica, but Zandrian Barnes 44 was the fastest leg overall in that heat. Was the fastest overall in that heat. So we got to give Zandrian Barnes kudos for running that. I don't know, but I feel like Zandrian Barnes may get a run pan the flat 4x4. Running a 44 flat overall for the heats is as Sandy said, it's a hell of a leg. It's a hell of a run. Kudos to you, Sandra, and I'm so sorry that that 44 flat didn't achieve what we would have wanted it to achieve. I mean, Sandra handed over in third place. So that also gives you another aspect. Then we had Leah Anderson to anchor. And I don't know what went wrong. Um, Leah Anderson ran 53.49 in that heat, and we ended up where we ended up. Leah got the button in third, was running in third for a little bit, and then about 80 meters down, Leah just started fading, and we ended up where we ended up. We don't have a reparage to go into to get into it, because that's not happening here in this season. So therefore, we saw that happening. It is sad again, that happened. And I would just move into the finals of the 4x4 mixed relay, being that we're on that. The finals came around this morning, to close the first day out, and to give another medal, handed out another medal. And in that, we saw the world record holders coming through to win that in 3:08.80, which gives them a championship record. That team for United States made up of Bryce Deadman, Lena Irby Jackson. We saw Makiva and Alexis Holmes running on that for the United States, and they got their gold medal. We also saw the Netherlands running a season best of 3:09.96, making up of Amala with Lila Claver, Jonas, and of course the defending 400 meters hurdle champion in Finkeball anchoring the team to second. We saw Belgium. Oh my word. Belgium coming in third, running a time of 3:10.61. That team was made up of Dylan Borley, Vervet, Doom, and Ponte. And that team ended up with the bronze. Poland was fourth, while Great Britain came in fifth, South Africa sixth, Italy seven, and rounding out the eighth spot was Japan. So the that's how the mixed 4x4 ended the day. Jackie said Barnes need to be on the men 4x4 relay. I definitely concord. Running that 44 flat leg was everything. I felt like he gave it everything. That is a donkey man show. You remember we normally say Donkey Man would leave everything on the track. I felt like Zandran Barnes, when he gets a baton in his hand, he does exactly that. And I do hope that some way, somehow, he would be able to be a part of that mix relay. Kudos and congratulations to the first, second, and third place winners for the mix relay. Those Borley siblings, hello. Remember, I trade them, Dylan, three brother, big, medium, and small. That we normally call them big, medium, and small. And all three have their own spacing of what they can give, because it's the bigger brother that ran the heats, and then it's the littler brother this time around that came into the finals and do what the Borley brothers does, just run. So that was a great thing for them. I mean, no, boy, them strong, Sandy, them very strong for true. They're very strong. I mean, after the mix relay happened last night, them whoever forgets some little sleep, gets little sleep, knowing that they would be doing what they need to do. And then we saw the shot put happened. And I mean, this is a shot put for men. At this moment, Jamaica don't have a shot putter for men into this, but we saw the champion coming out and throwing. That is Ryan Causer. Ryan Causer doing what he knows to do best and do it how he knows to do it best, and putting himself in that qualifying position to go into the finals. All in the game said Dejanay Oakley and Leah Anderson on the mix 4x4. Lord of mercy, slow as molasses. That is really slow down all in the game. But I understand. I don't know what happened with Leah Anderson though. As I said, 80 meters down, Leah just regressed to a point where she just couldn't do nothing else. I don't know. It's not even a regression where we say, yo, she regressed and still hold on. You know, like when that year when what's her name? Fenke Ball run down Stacey and Williams, and it was just what it is. But Stacey held on to still be in that place. Leah just never had it. I don't know if it's the heat over there because there is so much heat that is over there. And I believe that the heat just it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what is happening. Her interview was she was just out of breath on her interview also, and it's just it just I don't know the heat something that happened over there though. Me can't pick, me know say the heat happen. So me I go just blame it on the heat, because we have nothing else to do because I don't know what's happening with the athletes and I am not there. Me just know that the heat is heating over there. Yes, her split was the slowest split. She has the slowest split for the whole entire four of them, and that was really bad. I do believe that the heat really do something for Leah because that's not Leah for me. So something is up, but I just don't know what is up and stuff. As I rightfully said, shot putted. Ryan Causer is into the finals and they are good to go. We My apologies for that just now. Sorry about that. I am back. I am back. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what was happening. My apologies for that. Right, we were talking about Krauser. All in the game say Krauser the GOAT. Krauser is indeed the GOAT, and Krauser just, I don't know, Krauser just knows how to get it right when it matters and do what needs to be done and put himself where he needs to put himself because he is indeed the GOAT. Krauser just put himself to qualify into the finals and then just come back out and throw a season best of 22.34 to win the overall championships. Like this I don't know if Krauser knows how to lose. Can I say that? I don't know if Krauser knows how to lose. But I really love though taking him in when he is in that frame of mind and doing the business and angling the thing. So kudos to Krauser, congratulations to him. Congratulations also to Munoz with a national record. So I mean, Caesar best is dropping, national records are dropping, personal bets are dropping, and we just start. So I mean, I do believe that the other 8 days of this championship is supposed to bring some more of that. So Mexico has also gotten a medal, which is a silver medal. Sorry, Leonardo Fabri of Italy, 2194, getting himself on the podium. We saw Walsh of New Zealand with a season best, throwing 2194 also, but was just shy of the podium because Italy already got on the podium with that throw. The two Americans that was left, one throw, Perry throw 2150 and 2114 for sixth and seven. Great Britain Scott throw 21 flat, for eighth, and then we continue. But kudos to the men in the shot put who went out and really do what they need to do. Mexico was a shocker for you. I actually thought that Mexico he could have gotten the bronze, but I believe that the Mexicans are putting themselves in that space to say, listen, um, we are also here. We are also here, and we are doing doing this. So look out for us. We are putting ourselves into the game, and we would like for you to see us. All in the game said the sport needs more high level Mexican athletes. I feel like they are growing and building themselves. Um, so maybe the next 2 years or by Olympics, we may see more high level Mexicans into it. That's my thought space. Krauser has won every outdoor global gold from Tokyo 21 to 25. Well, we'll see if Mondo, Faith, and Bakali can match that excellent record. Um, that's a good point. I feel like, to me, Faith looked ready to go. I hope she does. Mondo is Mondo. Mondo ever Mondo in. Even if him not win it in one record time, Mondo ever Mondo in. I hope this championship also does prove that him still come out Mondo in and win it again. But if not, I'm sure it will be a good showing though. So I did like that. We moved into the long jump. Long jump, we saw where Akila Smith, our own Jamaican Akila Smith, was not able to come forth in the long jump, in the women's long jump, to be a part of the qualifiers. And therefore, she, her Tokyo experience has ended, but on the field side of it, actually, but she will still be there to cheer on her black, green, and gold ambassadors that will be taking on the track and also the field. Tara Davis Woodall, a gem in her own right, jumped 6.88 meters, qualifying easily. Koale is also there with Tara. Hillary is also there from France with Tara. The Colombian is also there. We saw another US athlete, Burks, being there, being she jumped in that round with Tara, and it was a good one for qualifications for them. I do think that the jumps will also give us something to watch. If it is that you like the jumps, I do think it will give us something to basically watch and see who it is that will come forth. It's 12 of them. America has 3 athletes in that. And France, we have France in there. We have the Colombians is in there. Netherlands is in there. So I do believe that the women long jump will be a nice one to take in for a change or to see. I hope that they do also give us little view of it, a better view of it, to so that we're able to watch it and enjoy it and not just give us just track alone to watch. Big shock with Italian Larissa not making the final, a medal favorite. That was a shocker also, but I believe again, I feel like the weather conditions is affecting athletes a lot, because it is really hot over there, and athletes have to figure out or find out how to keep well. When we get into the 100 meters, I heard Oblique Civil says, it is really, really very hot, but he finds ways to keep well and to basically be ready. We then move into the rounds of the 100-meter women. That was an event that a lot of persons, the world is watching. And a matter of fact, let me just do the pole vault and leave the two events for the world that the world was watching for. The pole vault was pole vaulting. We had Mondo Duplantis doing what he needed to do. He came in at 550 or 555 to vault and did what he knows to do best, ending up leading with 575, vaulting to that and moving into the final. So the pole vault is what we thought it would have been or where we thought it would have been, and it gave us what we expected to come from that. We then move into the women's 100 meters. The women's 100 meters. Let us take the women's 100 meters as how they came. And when I say as how they came, I mean heat one. We had Melissa Jefferson, we had Zoe Hobbs, we had Frey, we had Macreeth in that heat, we had the German in the heat, and so forth. We saw heat one coming out with Melissa Jefferson winning that heat in 10.99, Zoe Hobbs following suit in 11.16, and also Frey of Switzerland in 11.25. That was no surprise for me for heat number one. Heat number one actually came out the way I thought it would have come out. And therefore, it was good. It was a comfortable run for Melissa Jefferson in heat number one. I think that she just came out and just relaxed, but relaxing at 10.99 was relaxing for her in her viewpoint. So heat one was a good one to go, and it started the championships for the women, saying, "Hey, we are here." Heat number two, we moved into heat number two. We had our own Tina Clayton coming out of that one with 11.01. Dina Asher Smith, 11.07. Iwa Swaboda with 11.18. This one for me was what I call it to have been. I was a little bit battling at one point with Rosemary Chikuma being a part of that bundle, running four, but she ended up running fifth. So this one for me came out the way I thought it should have. Tina Clayton for me looked relaxed in running her eat. Dina Asher Smith also looked relaxed. I remember when we did a show the other day, I spoke about the Iwa Swaboda, what I would say, syndrome or attribution in this 100 meters. And there goes Iwa coming through to go into the semifinals. I know a lot of persons don't have her, into the finals and all of that. I'm not saying she have to be there or stuff like that. I'm just saying that what I saw her did the last time says to me that she is also there to wanting to put herself in the conversation and move herself over into the second round, and if not, wherever possible. So heat number 2 was what it was expected to have been. Heat number 3 was the heat of, some of us says the heat of death, because it had a lot of names or a lot of those athletes in that heat. We saw Shakari Richardson, Sherika Jackson, Tori Lewis, Luke Kemper. That's Gina from Germany is in that heat. Charlton was in that heat. Um, and therefore, we thought that, this heat was going to be the heat, and stuff like that. No, Howard, you're not late. You're late, but not late, because we just started the 100 meters. First round, we're talking about what we saw in the first round, and stuff like that at the moment. So this heat, we saw the top two as we would have wanted it coming forth, and the top two came forth with Shakari coming through with 11.03 as a personal best, Sherika Jackson with 11.04, Tori Lewis with 11.08. And something to note, 11.08 in this race is now Australia's national record. So it's crazy. We have ladies running 10 9s, 10 8s, 10 7, 10 6s, and 11.08 in 2025 is a national record now. So we know that the women's sprinting has evolved and is going places. For me, my take on Sherika Jackson, let us start there in second place. Sherika Jackson got a splendid start and looked comfortable, looked easy, giving us 11.08. I feel like Sherika Jackson is rounding up to what she wants to achieve in this. Then we had Shakari in 11.03. Shakari had to do a little bit more than Sherika. Shakari didn't look bad at all, but she run from behind and got that on the line and give us a season best with 11.03. What this says for me for Shakari is that for every round, for every race, Shakari is using it to get to the next round and to get herself and her mindset into the place of what it is that she also wants to achieve from running this 100 meters. This also says that the semifinals is going to be explosive, because what we have seen so far is that both ladies again is into the same semifinals, and we will talk about that in a few minutes. Heat number 4 for us, we saw Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion, running 10.9. No, sorry. Heat number 4, we saw the Olympic champion saying to the world that I want to be the world champion also. Julian Alfred jogged to 10.93 with a reaction time of 0.182. That was a jog. That was for me, Julian jog was a block start jog in that first round. When you're block starting, you're working on your start and you do what you need to do from the blocks and then just jog or walk the rest of the race. That's what Julian Alfred did for me. That's what Julian Alfred showed me in that round. There was no stress in the face. There was nothing. I mean, her legs doesn't start rotating underneath her. Nothing start happening, and she ran that 10.93 comfortably. I mean, Cora of Switzerland ran 11.234 second, and Leduc of Canada got there for third in 11.26. Heat number 5, we saw the matchup between Daryl Nita of Great Britain running 10.94 and Twanisha Terry of the United States running 11.06 for second. Thelma Davis of Liberia coming in third, running 11.12. That was what it is that I had the expectation and the thought space for that to return, and it lived up to the billing for me. The time, I didn't think that Darren Nita would have run 10.94, but I'm happy She did what she needed to do, and she did well. Heat number 6, we saw Dasa of Italy running 11.10, Amy Hunt of Great Britain 11.13, and Kayla White of the United States running 11.16. And let me talk about this heat second. Kayla White, look a shadow of herself for what it is that she gave to us at the US Championships. Hi, Xavier. Um, Kayla White, though, gave us a shadow of herself in terms of what it is that she gave to us gave to us at the championships. And I don't know what to fully say about that 100 meters for Kayla. I hope that I hope that I hope that she will figure something out. Um,
I have to say hi. Good morning, my fans. I have to say present. Teeth, teeth 2 minutes.
all right, you take 2 minutes. Give me your take on what it is that you would like to take your 2 minutes for. Go ahead.
My 2 minutes. I like to see that the male and female did what they're supposed to do. It's gonna come down to experience. One thing I will say, and I'll call it, Melissa Jefferson has just put a chink in her armor. She said that they came close to her and she felt it. We spoke earlier in the season that she has not dealt with
You're under the
competition
pressure.
under pressure. So let's see what's going to happen because she said it and she put it in the atmosphere. What's going to happen when she feel that pressure that comes up against her? We still have our ladies that are championship runners in Shelly and Fraser Price and Sherika Jackson. They may just deliver. And Shelly's in a heat that she just need to just come second. And 11, 10 championship finals would be good. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, Xavier, for jumping in and just giving us your quick round. Really appreciate that. Guys, moreover, if it is that you like to come in the back end, as Xavier just did, you are free to let us know and we will do that quickly in time. Or you can call us on, whether it be straight or WhatsApp, call us at 440-7316. Hi, good morning to you, Raman. Welcome. Hi, Tui. Good morning. So we are back at the heat number 6 where we talk about Kayla White. Kayla White, she I wanted more, or should I say I expected more from her. And she just didn't give that to me in this one. Amy Hunt was a fair enough run. I feel like Amy Hunt for me this season from Great Britain is building herself up, and I'm happy for Amy because what it says for Amy for me is that Great Britain don't necessarily only have one sprinter. You know, when there was a time when it was Dina for us, and then we got Daryl come and join Dina and stuff, and now Amy Hunt is bringing herself back up into that space to be saying, I want to be a part of this too, because who knows? We don't know what is going to happen when whatever is going to happen. All in the game said not impressed by TT. Is it that you're not impressed by only TT, or you're not impressed by TT and Kayla? Because you said Kayla and Shakari, Melissa Jefferson is the clear. Okay, so you're saying Kayla, Shakari, and MJ is the clear class of the training group. Um, I think I have said that TT may need to change camp. Because for me, not really a work for TT, not work for TT, but I can't tell her what to do. But I don't know, something now work, something now add up, something now come together for TT for me. It now come together for TT. Because TT now make individual championships because it's just a slight whatever reason Alia being out, TT would have just did it just be running relay. So something now happen, something now, something now happen. And I will say this, no disrespect, but um TT is reminding me of, what do I say? TT is reminding me of one of our Jamaicans, and that is Natasha Morrison. Been in the camp for so long, and it just not really. Everybody is a coming in and a show up and a show out, and you not get there. So I don't know. So on the game, you were saying no. You're saying Melissa Jefferson looks so much better than the other three who were underwhelming. Oh, okay, okay, I get you now. I get you. Yeah, definitely. And Melissa Jefferson has been up there this season. Been up there. So definitely. Then we move into heat number 7, the heat that the world was waiting to see. I mean, this was a really, just a moment, guys. One moment. Right. Yeah, I'm saying that TT, yeah, TT is Natasha Morrison, right? Definitely. I do believe that TT is Natasha Morrison for sure. So the world was waiting for heat number 7. And for sure, heat number 7 had whew, two great athletes in that heat, in Mari Jose Talu, and then we also had in that heat the great Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price in that heat. That heat returned Mari Jose Talu in 11.05 seconds, Shelley and Fraser Price 11.09 seconds. And Alonso returned from Dominica in 11.26 seconds for the third spot, which was a great showing. Now, I waited on that heat because we wanted to see what that heat brings. And that heat lived up to the billing in terms of showing us Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price, the great Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price, um, giving us what she deemed fit so that she's able to move on to the second round. And I believe that she showed up and showed out, and therefore is into the second round. Comfortably, it was a good race for both she and Mario Jose Talu, and it was good enough. Let us take someone on the line. Go ahead. Good morning, Raman. Go ahead for me, please.
Good morning to you, the fabulous Latoya.
Good morning. How are you
And
doing?
good morning to all the viewers. I want to comment on both the women's and men's 100 meter. And I must say that I like that the three ladies as comfortable qualify to the semi-final.
Yes.
I think
I'm sorry. The call got cut off. Okay, so let's take some conversations from in the chat. Okay. So Howard said he was happy Talu ran a matured race. She usually kill it in the heat. Definitely, I agree that she usually does that. And I was happy how she comfortably ran through that round and not overexert herself because we wanted to see her. Shelley and Fraser Price looked very comfortable. That's what we definitely can agree on. What you said, Shelley didn't have the bullet star, but I love her finish. She looked like she have something left to give. Definitely, she does look like she have something left to give us. Hi, Raman, can you go ahead, please?
yes, as I was saying that the three ladies look very, very good. I'm impressed with Sharika Jackson. I think she ran a very calculated race. I think for a good while is the first I've ever seen Sherika Jackson dry field looking very, very good. And if she can duplicate something like that in the semi-final, I think we could be into a real treat. For Tina Clinton, with the little experience that she had from the under 20 championship coming into the big championship, that will boost confidence a little bit. She has just got her feet wet at the international competition. She looks very, very good, and I think she is going to be a factor in the semifinal and come the final. And the veteran, the like, just like, a rough start, but the way come that happened.
All right, thank you so much, Raman. I kind of hear you coming across, breaking up a little bit. I'm not sure what is happening. Being that we are dealing with the women, let us just get the lineup of what the semifinals for the women is going to look like. The semifinals for the women will have 3 heats, and it is the first two along with 2 fastest. Heat number 1, we will have in lane number 2, Tacos of Hungary. We'll have Kayla White from the United States in lane number 3. We'll have Mari Jose Talu in lane number 4. We'll have Daryl Nita in lane number 5. We'll also have the defending world champion in Shakari Richardson in lane number 6. We will also have the defending 200-meter world champion, who is actually the defending silver medalist in the 100 meters from the last world championship, in our girl Sherika Jackson. In lane number 8, we'll have Cora of Switzerland, and then rounding out the field in lane number 9, we'll have Alonso of Dominica. Now, this heat for me is the hardest heat of it all, because you have, this is the heat, if my memory serves me correct, this is the same way the semifinals was made up of with in 2023, when we had Sherika Jackson, Shakari Richardson, and also Mari Jose Talu in that semifinals. And we saw what happened when Shakari waited on time and got in, and we ended up with 9 lanes being used, and Shakari became the world champion. Now, again, we are back at this place where we have the same 3 ladies. However, these 3 ladies now have 2 additional ladies added to this list in Daryl Nita of Great Britain, along with Kayla White of the United States. It is the first 2 that comes out of this semifinals, and the fastest, if it is that this semifinal be the fastest semifinals. So this is a big one, and it is really a big eat. Calvin said, we guys have hope, sir. 1 spot on the podium is available for the lady. Is bronze. Nothing else. Gold and silver is already decided. Don't need to say anymore. Jackie said, Shelly is a fighter. She's not going to give up without a fight. Sandy said, that is a wicked heat. That is heat number 1. We are still on heat number 1. This is hot, says Howard. Fastest losers will come from it. I do believe so, that the fastest losers will come from it. And Maurice says, we are going to have 4 finalists from this heat. I do concur that this is where the finalists will come from, for sure. Audience says, yes, Latte, it is a semi-final of death. It is indeed a semi-final of death, and it was the semi-final of death also in 2023, when it is that we ended up with 9 persons into the final, and Shakari came through with 10.65 to win the world championship. And this have 5 good enough runners still possible, can only take a max of 4. Mighty Christ. 5 great good runners. Kayla White lane 3, Mario Jose Talu lane 4, Daryl Nita lane 5, Shakari lane 6, and Sharika Jackson lane 7. For me, Sharika needs that start. The start that she gave us, we saw this morning from her. Sharika needs that start and use that 400-meter strength, 200-meter perfection to hold on to the end to come either first or second to ensure that she is in it to win it. I'm just saying that's what I want from Sharika. I want that bold confidence from her to come through. We know that 11:08 bring Shakari into the semis with that personal best for her this morning. We know that she will be using that top end coming down, running down. But then again, there is Mary Jose Talu, who has been here numerous times, been here before, knows how to deal with a championship, knows how to angle it when it matters. And I hope that she don't overstride and get hurt, but also put herself in a position to be in one of those spots that will allow her to be there. Daryl Nita also have been showing us from last year moving over into this year that she ain't no walkover. She wants to be in it. She's putting herself in it. I also believe that, her confidence has been boosted from what happened to her at her national trials. And here she is now showing herself out and doing what she wants to do. Kayla White has run 10-8 this season, 10-7 also. She looked like a shadow of herself in the heat. Hopefully she may get it right. Hopefully she can get it right and put herself somewhere. But again, as audience said, it is only 4 max can come from this heat, and yet still we have 5 great contenders for this 4 place. But 2 for sure will secure their sure ticket to the finals. Richardson gonna go in by time as one of the fastest losers. Lord of mercy, Maurice. Audience says this semi suits. Oh, the man, they give me them thumb me down over here. Oh, they said this semi suits Shelly as she won't have to run as hard to be in her top 2 and hence saving her legs for an hour and a half later to repeat in the finals. Now we move into semifinals number 2. Semifinals number 2 taking Anthra Charlton of Bahamas in lane number 2, Zoe Hobbs in lane number 3 of New Zealand, Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion, in lane number 4 of St. Lucia, the great Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price in lane number 5 of Jamaica. With her, as we know that her personal best is 10.60. Twanisha Terry with in lane number 6 of the United States, Amy Hunt in lane number 7 of Great Britain. Boy, that semifinals are not. Oh, Jesus. Iwa Swoboda of Poland in lane number 8 and Frey of Switzerland in lane number 9. Listen to me now. Lane 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 6 ladies. All 8 ladies is vying for this. But 6 ladies that we know is going to basically be putting themselves and pushing themselves. Julian Alfred as the Olympic champion, running 10-9 this morning, comfortably jogging that, showing us block start training that she was doing. I do believe that she will be up, out, center, front, right, good to go to be into the finals. Shirley and Fraser Price, audience says she won't have to do much to get into it. But I do believe that Shelley and Fraser Price will have Amy Hunt to speak to battle with. If nobody else, she will definitely have Amy Hunt to battle this one all with. And I don't believe that Amy is coming to roll over because this is Amy's comeback season. So therefore, for me, Julian Alfred for sure, and the battle is between Amy Hunt and Shelley and Fraser Price to get the second place. But what we see Shelley do this morning, as most of us is saying, Shelley have more in the tank to put out there, and therefore we may see her because she is a championship woman. She knows what to do to angle the rounds and to get around to the rounds. We move to heat number 3. We have in lane number 2, we have Gina Lukenpa. Oh, then I miss her for this because I you know if you call them name there. You know what I mean? Me bite my tongue. But Gina from Germany. We have Thelma Davis in lane number 3 from Liberia. Dina Asher Smith is in this heat in lane number 4 from Great Britain. We have our own girl, Tina Clayton from Jamaica, is in lane number 5. Melissa Jefferson in lane number 6. Dasa in lane number 7. Lewis in lane number 8. And Leduc of Canada is in lane number 9. For me, for sure, I am going with Melissa Jefferson and Tina Clayton. But I know also that Dean Asher Smith will have something to say about how heat number 3 goes. So Tina and Melissa, there is no time to play around. It's business as usual. We are there to run and you are there to handle the business. So ladies, go right ahead and do what you need to do. Yes, Maurice, it is the easiest semifinals, but remember again, the ladies are vying to be into the finals, and Tina just have to just run strong enough. Dina know for love run down on people. She just have to hold the composure. I'm not really worried for Tina. Tina know for hungry business and just deal with them when the time comes. But again, anything can play, and we just hope that she will definitely get through. Tina just need a finish second to secure her spot. Don't run with Jefferson. I agree. Don't run with Jefferson. Don't overstride. Just go out there, do what you need to do, stay in your frame of mind, hold your composure, and angle the business. Is what it is that I expect from Tina for this one. We then rightfully so moved into the men. Oh, Jesus. We moved into the men 100 meters. This men 100 meters created havoc. Heat number 1, may I tell you, heat number 1 is the first thing. Heat number 1 had the Leotella from South Africa. It had the Nigerian. It had Oblique Civil. And everybody said that, this was an easy eat for Oblique Civil to go relax and just execute and play with it. But might as well, me never did think about play with it, but just to stay and stop right at execute, because this year, Oblique Civil stress me out. I was in shock. I sat in my chair and I couldn't move because the gun went off and Oblique Civil was still in the blocks. Here I was saying, did Oblique not hear the gun? What is happening? But then again, for this season, we have seen Oblique been coming from behind, using the top end and angry business. This time, why do you say make a drop off your bed, nearly drop off your bed? Well, if him spikes glued to a block, Sunday evening, if he change his spikes and change it now. Me don't know. Whatever it is, he said it was just, in his interview, him said, the start was a shaky start. Well, Oblique, me don't want no more shaky start. Me don't want no more shaky start. Get it right, bring it together, fit it together, pull it together. We can't deal with the shaky start. I'm so sorry. Because the shaky start is going to put stress and pressure on you. Matter of fact, when you come into the second semifinals, it can't be a shaky start because you don't have a complete day to recover. We know him will come around, but remember, the shaky start cannot be in the semifinals because it's just an hour and change it has to recover. And remember also, What happened at Jamaica National Trials, we don't want that to happen at these championships for him. So I hope he goes back, refocus, and get it together. I don't want another shaky start from him. Heat number 2, rightfully so, went on the way we thought it to have been. Kishane Thompson, 9.95 seconds. We saw Canada at DGB with 10.19 seconds coming in second, and Longer from Colombia coming in third with 10.21 seconds. That's what it retains. Now, Kishane Thompson, I am asking you, do not come to the semifinals and play around. The shenanigans, let's leave it. Be relaxed. Do what you need to do. Now come and semifinals with the play around. I cannot also take another warning like they gave to you at the Olympics when you do the animes. Do your animes and do it well. When not come with the shenanigans. I beg. Raman said maybe that third place for Civil is a blessing in the sky for him because he always looks great over the years and fail in the final, but it does look scary. I was happy that he didn't win, but the way in which it happened, I was worried about it. So I need him to fix the start, whatever is happening there, to fix it so that we don't have to worry about it again. That's what I'm saying. Audience said, I think that Tina experience on the junior international stage, she will run with Jefferson. She will just qualify. Last year, Tia ran a bit too hard on a semi that affected her chance in the final. I agree, and that's why we don't want Tina to do what Tia did last year. We just want Tina to run her race, be comfortable, and be mindful that the finals is just 1 hour and change after that semifinals, so that she will have enough remaining to go into the finals and have enough in the tank to do what she wants to do. Then we had move into, as me say, Kishane, no matter with the shenanigans, me can't deal with it. Run the full 100, do what you have to do in our semis when we come there. When we get there, we need you to just do the do and angling business. Civil almost make my blood pressure go up. Well, almost. Happy that is almost, because I believe that it made a lot of persons' blood pressure went up. Let the athletes do what they are comfortable. It's so easy to talk when we are not there in their lanes. Let them do what they think works for them, okay? Not what we want. Having a block start problem is not something that an athlete would want to happen for them, Calvin. So we are just encouraging Oblique Civil to figure out what that was and correct that. As it relates to Kishane, because I think you're speaking because I'm asking Kishane not to come with the shenanigans. As it relates to Kishane came with the shenanigans in 2024 at the Olympics, and he was warned. He was given a card for that. And therefore, I'm simply saying to him, we do not want that to happen this time around. Because of that card, he ending up was a little bit distorted. So I'm just making it clear that it's not something that I want from him, but I'm sure it is something that he wants for himself to correct and to do the right thing and get it right. So it's not that I'm pushing something onto him. I can't do what they do. No, but it is something that he would need to correct and to fix. So it's not that I'm pushing it onto him. It's based on what it is that we have seen happen over time with him. So that's why I'm saying don't deal with the shenanigans. He's dealing with it, but deal with it under wraps so that it doesn't cost him anything mentally or anything. So that's what I'm simply saying. Oh, you said not oblique, he fell asleep. Okay, so you don't understand why I'm saying what I'm saying about Kishane. So that's what I'm saying. So we moved on to heat number 3. Heat number 3, we saw the defending champion, in Noah Lyles, running 9.95 seconds. Akeem Blake doing what he needed to do in ensuring that he was where he's at. I'm going to talk about him in a second. Akeem Blake ran second in 10.07, and Terrence Jones of Bahamas. Kudos to you, sir. Welcome to the stage. Another Caribbean athlete being a part of this in 10.16. Let us now look at Akeem Blake, 10.07. You said, yeah, you're right. Now is not the time. It's time to be serious and get business done. Sandy said, Akeem looked okay. All right. So Akeem looked okay. He did what he needed to do to get there. I was happy that he, you know, executed. Akeem was also leading, coming down to about 80, 90 meters there. Him and Noah, when Noah caught up on him, was going, toe to toe basically until Noah decided, said, hey, I need to separate myself. And Noah did what he did. I just need for Akeem to remain focused and remain strong and do what he knows he can do, because he can do what he can do. And I liked what he looked like. He looked comfortably. He looked unbothered. When it is that Noah came down on his shoulder and they started going toe to toe, for me, he didn't seem like he crumbled, but instead he, raised up the shoulder and still continue to be in his groove and continue going toe to toe, toe to toe. And I like that. So Akeem, kudos to you in doing what you did there this morning. I hope that you remain focused. Heat number 4, because these 100 meters have all 7 heats. Heat number 4 saw Mr. Kung Fu Kenny Benderick himself running that in 10.01. Jerome Blake of Canada coming through in 10.05, and Azu of Great Britain in 10.10 seconds. It is what I expected it to have been and how I expected it to have been, and therefore nothing new or surprising in that heat for me. Audience said Kishan also needs to understand from the semis that it's 100 meters and not 98. You look, you call it 98. Me say I'm not 80 meters or not 99 to say then, and not 98. Getting the habit of running through the line. I agree with you, Odion, that he definitely needs to get into the habit of running through the line. I hope that he has taken his own advice where he said, once you have put yourself in the position to just run the full 100 meters, there's no reason to be dipping. So it means that once him gets into the frame of mind that it's a full 100, matter of fact, I need Kishen to run 120 meters. Because if him run the 120 meters, like when we see him run at our national trials, run the 100-meter done and run straight round the back, me even take that from him tonight. Me take that from him. We just need him for run and run. Run up on them and just angle the business. Heat number 5, we saw, I think heat number 5 was the most comfortable heat. Heat number 5, we saw the Olympic 200-meter champion in Leslie Tebogo of Botswana running 10.07 seconds comfortably. We saw Andre DeGrasse of Canada, Mr. Reliable, the man that I've called him, in 10.16. Courtney Lindsay of the United States running 10.19. I think Courtney, for me, it just look okay. Maybe I thought that Courtney could have given me much more, but we will see when it comes to the semifinals. But Leslie Tebogo looked comfortably and relaxed and smooth, and it's as if him say, all right, just do this and move on to the next round. But that was a great run from Leslie Tebogo for me. Heat number 5, I was a bit surprised I was surprised for heat number five. Heat number five had the likes of Devontae Howell of Cayman. It has T. Mars McCollum of the United States. It had Lamar. It had Marcel Jacobs, sorry, the former 100-meter Olympic champion of Italy. It had Zarnel Hughes of Great Britain, and it had Israel of Nigeria. Now, for me, I never saw Israel of Nigeria winning that heat. He won that heat in 10.04 seconds, with Zarnel coming through at 10.06, and Marcel Jacobs with a season best of 10.20. Now, tell me, Marcel Jacobs, I mean, the man that we normally call after winning that Olympic championships, Mr. Heidi, is just running 10.20 for a season best. Right? So things are happening. What the semifinals hold is a lot to come. Heat number 7, Akani Simbini offshore, of course. We would have expected that from Akani Simbini. He's been looking wonderful all season long, which he normally does, but kudos to him in winning heat number 7 in 10.02. Sanu of Guyana in 10.09, and Ferdinand Omanyala of Kenya in 10.12, rounding out the field for the men's 100 meters, which brings us into, what the lineup of what the men's semifinals will be, because that semifinals is going to be a cracker semifinals. Just before we get into what the lineup of the semifinals looks like, I just want to remind you guys to like, comment, and share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, also to follow our Facebook page or our Facebook group, same at Track and Field Totnet, so that we are able to continue to do what we do here, bring you the recaps, bring you the analysis. Something wrong with my sleep, it's true, I wake up early. But nonetheless, we just want you to remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also to follow us on Track and Field Totnet at our Facebook page, as we continue to do our best to bring you good coverage and good things as we do. Now, for the men semifinals, it will also take the same format of 3 heats that we'll have, and it's the first 2 of the heats of the semifinals, sorry, and the fastest 2, sorry, will join. Now, semifinal number 1 will comprise of Marcel Jacobs running from lane number 2, Adejibi of Canada, lane number 3. Akeem Blake will be in this semifinal in lane number 4. He will be beside the defending world champion in Noah Lyles in lane number 5, who will then be beside Mr. Akani Simbini of South Africa in lane number 6. We have Ajaji of Nigeria in lane number 7. And in lane number 8, we have Azu of Great Britain. And rounding out the field, we have Afrifa of Netherlands. Now, it is top 2. And for me, I do believe that Akeem Blake can come forth from this heat. I know that he will have contention with Akani Simbini. So for me, the lanes to watch is lane 4, 5, and 6. That's Akeem Blake, Noah Lyles, and Akani Simbini. I do have Noah Lyles also coming out of these semifinals. So for me, these semifinals will have Akeem Blake and Noah Lyles for me, because I want Akeem Blake to position himself into the finals. So that is what I am seeing for this. However, I do note that Akani Simbini can also position himself into this, move himself over into the finals, because he has been having a great season as usual. Semi-final number 2 will have Longa of Colombia in lane number 2, Ferdinand Omanyala of Kenya in lane number 3. We will then have Kenny Konfu, Kenny Benderick in lane number 4, followed by the fastest man this season, Kishane Thompson, lane number 5, Zarnel Hughes of Great Britain, lane number 6, Jerome Blake of Canada, lane number 7, Taurus Jones of Bahamas, lane number 8, and Boonson of Thailand in lane number 9. Now, for me, Kenny Benderick, Kishane Thompson, Zarnel Hughes, Jerome Blake, those 4. But I have Kenny Benderick and Kishane Thompson coming through, coming out. What a wicked semifinals. I don't think the semifinal is a wicked semifinal. It's based on what it is that the men ran in the heats and also the women, how it is that they are programmed into the semifinals. However, I do believe that Kishane Thompson should run and win. If he doesn't win it comfortably in the second position, I will take that. But I want to see him run the race comfortably. Again, no shenanigans. Know that we need him to run the full 100 meters and even 120 meters, knowing that things is still able to be left in the tank, because it's an hour and maybe 30 minutes later, he comes back to angle the business. This is a good semifinals also, but also a cracker of a semifinals. It then leaves us with semifinals number 3, Glaive of Great Britain from lane number 2, Andre Reliable DeGrasse, lane number 3 from Canada. We have the South African in lane number 4, Leslie Tubogo, lane number 5, Samuni of Guyana in lane number 6, Ocon of Nigeria in lane number 7, Oblique Civil, lane number 8, and Courtney Lindsay, lane number 9. Jesus, blessed Savior. Leslie Tubogo and Oblique Civil. I'm still standing on that. Leslie Tubogo and Oblique Civil. For me, that's how it is that I would like to see it return. But don't count out Andre DeGrasse. I would say, don't count out Andre DeGrasse. Andre DeGrasse will be very close. So I have Leslie Tubogo and Oblique Civil. Oblique Civil, I want you to know that you can do it. You capable of doing it. Running the semi-final and coming back an hour and a half later to do what you need to do in the finals. You are the man. You are the man. So when the semi-finals happen, we will know where it is that we stand in terms of how we go into the finals. Remember now that what happens in the semi-final determines the lane that the athletes will basically move into and run from. Oh my word. I mean, another exciting race that happened at the end was the women 10,000 meters. We saw Beatrice Chibet winning that, leaving everything in the tank to come back again and do what she does best, winning that in 3 minutes and 37. Now, that was a really good race. Nadia of Italy came second in a national record, 3:38.23, and Sigai just left it late and ended up with the bronze. Kudos to her also, though, running 3:39.65 for a season best. So congratulations to her on that. We will see early tonight. We will see the women's marathon will be running. The men's 1,500 meters will go off for them tonight. That will comprise of 4 heats, and it is the first 6 of each heat that will qualify for the men's 1500 meters finals. We'll have the hammer throw happening also, where we will see in Group A, where we'll have Nayoka Clunis will be throwing in Group A for Jamaica. We will see that go off tonight. We will also have the women's 100-meter hurdles heats going tonight. In heat number 1, we'll have the 60-meter champion in no, it's not her. We'll have Denisha Cartwright of Bahamas will be running in heat number 1. We have Forrester will be running. Russell will be running out of lane number 5. Masai Russell will be running out of lane number 5 in heat number 1. Kozak will also have Marina of South Africa in heat number 1. That's an easy heat for Masai Russell to come forward from. It is the first 3 plus 6 fastest times will move on to the semifinals. The women's hurdles has 6 heats. So the first 3 from each heat will move on to the semifinals along with 6 fastest times. Heat number 2, we will see Japan, Hong Kong athlete of will be in lane 2. We'll have an athlete of Japan. We'll also have Sasha from France will be in that heat. We'll also have the reigning defending world champion in Danielle Williams running out of lane number 6. She will have company with Alicia Johnson of the United States to run with. I also believe that Alicia Johnson and Danielle Williams will come forth from that heat. Heat number 3, we will have an athlete from India, from Canada, from Italy. We'll also have the Netherlands athlete in this year in that heat. This heat should have had Megan Tapper, but that lane will be empty because Megan Tapper will not face the starter when that Comfort and Jamaica alternate will not be able to face the starter also, as she will not be able to get there in time to do so. Therefore, Jamaica will not have an athlete in heat number 3. And therefore, I believe definitely it is for Visa to go in, anger that, and deal with that and comfort. Heat number 4, we will see Clay of Australia, the Finland athlete. We'll also now see the Jamaican national record holder in Akira Nugent running out of lane number 4 in that heat. We'll have Yanla of Belgium. We'll have Alim of Netherlands. We'll have the Taji Kabunji, that's his sister, the hurdler, in lane number 7. We'll have Charisma Taylor of Bahamas in lane number 8. And therefore, for me, it is supposed to be an easy come through qualification for the national record holder in Akira Nugent. And I also will bring the Tanji Kabunji into the semifinals from that heat for me. We then move into heat number 5, where we will see the Slovenia athlete. We will see the other Jamaican running from heat lane number 4 with Amoy Brown. We will see the Japan athlete, the Poland athlete. Amoy will be in the company of Grace Stark, running out of lane number 7. And for me, I do believe that Amoy Brown can bring herself into the semifinals from this heat because it is top 3. Heat number 6, we will see the like of Caro from Italy. We will see Devon Charlton running out of lane number 4 for Bahamas. We will see Lota of Finland. We will also see a Japanese athlete. We will see the world record holder in Toby Amusan running out of lane number 7 for Nigeria. And therefore, for me, this is a heat that will bring forth the world record holder in Toby Amusan. We will see Devon Charlton coming forth in this heat. And therefore, the hurdle semifinals for me will be a great one, looking on what it is that we think the lineup of that will be based on these athletes that will come forth from each heat. From the six heat, it's the top three along with the six fastest that will move into the semifinals. For the evening session for them, which is early tomorrow morning for us, at 4:35 Jamaica time, we'll have the men's 400 meters heats will come forth. That will take 6 heats, and also it will be the first three and the six fastest that will move over to the semifinals. So for that, Jerry Richards will take the first heat. In heat number one, he will line up in heat number one. Heat number two, we'll have Naduri of Botswana, Matthew Hudson Smith of Great Britain. We'll have Alexander Doom of Belgium will be in that heat. And Bovel McPherson of Jamaica will run from lane number 9 in heat number 2. In heat number 3, we'll see the likes of Rasheen McDonald, the Jamaica national record holder and the national champion, running out of lane number 4. He will have the likes of Jacore Patterson for company. He will also have Eduardo Scotti of Italy for company. Jonas of Netherlands, Busang of Botswana will be in that, and Umar Osman in lane number 3 for heat number 3. It's a top 3. I do believe that the man that I call Mac 11 in Rashid Big Boy McDonald is capable of coming through from heat number 3, being a part of the top 3 in that. Heat number 4 will have the likes of Spitz of Switzerland. We'll have Omala of Netherlands. We'll have Kevin Kipwori of Kenya. Holder of Australia. Sanung Konga of Zambia will be in there. He will have the likes of Christopher Bailey of the United States, and Samuel of Great Britain will be in that. And therefore, that is an easy heat for me. I do have Christopher Bailey coming through with Holder from heat number 4. For heat number 5, we will see the Qatar athlete being in there. We will see Sito of Italy. We will see our defending world champion in Antonio Watson running from lane number 4 will be a part of heat number 5 with the likes of Vernon Norwood of the United States, and you will also have Nene of South Africa for company. And for me, I will have Vernon Norwood, Antonio Watson, and Nene of South Africa coming forth from heat number 5, moving into the semifinals. Into heat number 6, this heat is going to be a big one and a really good one. Heat number 6 have the likes of our Delano Kennedy running from lane number 3. The Netherlands athlete running from lane number 2. Delano Kennedy will have with him Alexander Ogando of Dominican Republic running from lane number 4. It will also have the likes and the company of the great Kirani James of Grenada running out of heat number 5. He will have Epi of Botswana running out of lane number 6. Mutinda of Kenya, lane number 7. He will have Caleb McCrae in lane number 8 of the United States, and Christopher Williams of Canada in lane number 9. I believe that this heat number 6 is a really good heat, and I wish Delana Kennedy or Jamaican athlete well. to do his best to come forth from this. I do believe that he has the capability to come forth from this. I have Kirani James to be the winner of this, but anything can happen, and I have McCreary coming forth from this. Also, you, as I said, Christopher Williams is a part of this heat, so it will be a good heat to watch. Then we'll have the men's high jump qualification that will happen right after that, where we'll have our Jamaican Romain Beckford will be jumping in Group A for us. And then in Group B, we have Raymond Richards will also be jumping in Group B. So we have some things to watch in the early morning tomorrow when we gather around the women's discus throw, which is for the finals, and we will definitely know that we will have our Jamaican Samantha Hall to cheer on in the women's discus throw tomorrow morning. The women's 400 meters have 6 heats tomorrow morning also. Again, it's the first 3 and the 6 passes. In heat number 1, we have Bass of Finland, we have the Australian athletes, we have Gail of Canada, we have Lila Klaver of Netherlands. In this heat number 1, we'll have Dejanay Oakley of Jamaica running from lane 6, Isabella Whittaker of the United States running from lane number 8. So that's an heat for the 400 meter women, where the top 3 will advance to the semifinals. Heat number 2 will have the likes of Alia Butler from the United States, Sada Williams of Barbados. We'll also have the likes of Koetsa of South Africa. I think this is a really pretty easy heat to go by, and therefore I believe that Sada Williams can come forth from this as a Caribbean athlete. Heat number 3 will have the likes of Sydney McClocking Levron running out of lane number 6. And for company, everybody's company to her, because that will be a heat for her to win. And therefore, persons would be able to put themselves in position to get into what it is that we are working towards, which is the semifinals. In heat number 4, will have the likes of Nikisha Price, the national record holder for Jamaica, running out of lane number 6, and also Great Britain, John of Great Britain will be in that heat. Also, again, it's a simple heat. It's supposed to bear fruit, and she definitely will come forth from this heat. Heat number 5 then will then see the like of Salwa Nasa in lane number 5, who will have the company of our own Stacey Williams will be in this heat. And of course, I have Stacey Williams and Salwani Nasa coming forth from heat number 5. Heat number 6 then will have the likes of Amber Anning running from lane number 5, with the company of Marlide Parlino, lane number 6 of Dominica. Sevilla of Spain will be in lane number 7, and therefore that will round out the athletes who will be into the semifinals for the women's 400 meters. We already went through the women's 100 meters already, and the men's 100 meters for the semifinals, what that look like. And we already know the ladies that is into the finals for the women's long jump. The men's 1500 meters semifinals will have 2 semifinals, and it's the top 2 that will make it through to the finals to qualify. The top 6, it's 2 heats, so therefore it's the top 6 that will qualify for the finals. The 10,000 meters will have their finals for the men happening, and then we move into the women and men 100 meters finals and round out what the day number 2 will be like. So stick and stay with us here at Track and Field Talknet. Remember, to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you will know when we go live. Click the notification bell and also follow us on our Facebook page so that you also will see what it is that we are doing on Facebook and Instagram once it is that you follow us on the page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I thank you so much for joining me this morning for the day one recap of 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. Continue to stick and stay. We appreciate you being here, and we will continue to bring you what is happening in the world of track and field as we go along.